Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm going to try to get some of these videos out to you here. I've been sick for a few days, just trying to get over it. We are still continuing on this flatbed build for this pickup truck here. The only thing left on this flatbed, and we'll get to in this part 2, is this little panel that goes in right below the headache rack there, and we'll have our tail light panel going around across the bottom. And at that point, I am done with this bed. The owner is going to put the wood in it and give it a paint job and all that stuff. So I'm getting ready to, I've got the files right here on this flash drive. We're getting ready to start cut out the tail light panel and all that stuff. And then I'm going to bring this stuff into work with me and put the bends in it, because my little brake, I've only got 4 feet of die for it, so I can take this to work and bend the full 8 feet. That's the plan anyways. Putting that bend in there will just make it a lot more rigid. Come down here and we'll set up for our new job. Import our drawing here. We're going to be in this folder. Going for the rear valance first. It is the longest one of the two. Rotate that. Bring it onto our sheet. We should still be good. We're going to bring in another part. And that's going to be this piece here. We'll also turn it 90 degrees. So this piece here does not need bent, just a couple more pieces. We'll have got a license plate frame here that we'll need. I don't know if that'll fit up there or not. That is a negative, unless we can. Well, let's bring in our other parts. We need the end. Sorry about that. Let's turn that one. That one at 90 degrees. We can stack those pieces on top of one another. I wish there was a way to get that. I don't think it'd even fit in there sideways if I did it that way. Let's say minus 135. Nah, see, I'm still going to stick way out there, so it doesn't really matter. Then we'll just come down here. Sorry. Move this here into place. Alright, there's all of our pieces. Let's go ahead and make our cut files. We're going to be running 14 gauge mild steel, so all that stuff should be set already. Make another cut file. Move my Changed on me. Move my start function there. Click OK. Stay selected. And one more. That starting point is fine with me. So there's all of our pieces. We'll go ahead and run the post processor. Then we'll come up here and we will bring in our part, which is right there, our parts, I guess I should say. We'll run some mild steel, 14 gauge thickness with fine cut consumables. And one thing I do want to double check is usually on mild steel plate they give you a little bit of overage width and length. Well, they used to. They get a little stingier nowadays. Stainless stuff like that, they don't give you nothing. They didn't give me much here either. Gave me a 1/16 over 8 foot, so we're gonna have to hug pretty tight. I see they give you, I don't know, I got what, 11/16 extra on the width. So let's go ahead and square up our sheet. So this machine has a laser dot on it that you can use to zero your torch out, in which I also use it to square up my sheet. If you can see that little dot right there. Bring it over to the edge of our sheet. That's looking really good. We got plenty of room on our width, but let's check our length. That's what's going to matter. As long as it stays fairly square, and it does, it's fairly square. So we're good there. Don't want to cheat much because I don't have much space to cheat. Width I don't care about. It's our length that's really going to matter. Like I said, we're up a little high. On those ones we're a little low. Let's actually rearrange that just a little bit. Just so everything is happy. And we're still good on our laser pointer. Turn that back on. We're going to call that 0. And we're going for it. Alright, once these parts cut, I will bring you right back and show you what we got. Alright, YouTube, our pieces are cut. We got the piece for under the headache rack. We got my 2 corner pieces for the back valance. And setting out here, I also have my rear valance here. There's going to be a 1-inch leg right here folded backwards just to give this some rigidity. We'll take that to my place of work and use the big brake and fold that. I'll bring you along for that, might as well. I got a acetylene cylinder, a couple C25 tanks that I need to also take in when I run that way, because I'm running out. I'm out of C25 and I'm on my last acetylene bottle, so I need to get those filled up so that way I've got them. I always seem to run out on the weekend, so never fun. Yeah, hopefully this weekend we'll get this flatbed build finished up, and then we're going to bring the Power Wagon frame home, get it in here, and start getting the rust repaired on it so we can start going back the other direction with the 1947 Power Wagon. Man, it's a beautiful day out. It's in February, 60-something degrees outside. The sky's just beautiful, and thankful for that. So once I'm waiting for my wife to get home. We have to hook the little trailer up, run into town, and get the boys Razor 200 from the dealer. It had a recall. They needed to fix it, so I got to pick that up. Then I'm gonna run over to my gas supplier, get those bottles switched out, and on our way back home, and we'll swing by work. We'll throw a bend in that rear valance, and then we can start putting all that stuff on. So I'll bring you back as soon as we get to my work, and I'll show you how to operate the press brake. All right, catch you guys in a little bit. How we doing, YouTube? All right, we're back on this flatbed again. I didn't get to show you the bending of that rear panel. I just didn't get the time to do it, so I ended up just getting it bent and moving on. I do have the rear panel on the bed now. It's all on there. I still got a drill for the license plate, finished welding up a couple things there, but he had messaged me and asked if we could add a gooseneck hitch, so we're going to go ahead and add that. I've got some 1/2-inch plates, some 3/8 flat bar. We're going to add that into the bed as well. I'd like to center it right over the axle, but this frame was originally an 8-foot bed truck, and somebody's added an extension to the frame, so now it's for 9-foot bed. So in order to maintain enough distance from where the ball is to the back of the bed for clearance and stuff for turning a gooseneck, I'm going to have to put it just behind the axle, but it's not going to matter that much. We're going to put it right in between the cross member, right behind the rear diff. It's going to go right through here. We are going to bed mount this, which should be way more than strong enough. I still got to get a ball, but I do have the plate cut with the 1¼ hole drilled for that. We have some 3/8 flat bar here for some cross members that we're going to weld into the frame of the bed. I just got to get these coped to fit into the channel. That's what I'm searching for now. I had a little piece of channel somewhere cut off. I'm not sure if I threw it out or I still have it laying around. I'm going to look for that for a little bit. If not, I'll slice off another small piece to make a template for our copes. Once those are made, we'll go ahead and get them drawn out onto our pieces of flat bar. We'll get them down in the frame, get them welded in place. We are going to be 045 dual shielding those. Same goes for the plate into the frame, and then we'll have to build up some ledgers and stuff just to kind of encapsulate that area. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to find that little piece of channel hopefully. If not, I'll cut a new piece. We'll get these laid out, and we'll get those coped and get them welded into the frame. So I will bring you right back. All right, I found my little piece of channel. I've got them marked out for our cope to fit down into our channel, and we're gonna fire up the hypertherm here, and we will trim these back and clean them up with the grinder and get ready to set these in the frame. Let me get you snapped onto a tripod here. And I will bring you over here and we will commence to coping. Hopefully you can see right there. I got a mess in here. I can't wait to get this bed done and get this all cleaned up. I don't know what it is. Every time I work on something, I make a giant mess. I think because I'm concentrating on the task, not necessarily picking up the disaster. So, all right, here we go. All right. Let me get these cleaned up with a grinder, and I'll bring you right back when we start installing them into the truck. All right, I have them sitting down in there. Obviously, they're going to be standing up, welded in. I got to figure out exactly where I want to put these cross members, because the ball is going to be 5 inches back from the cross member that's in front of it. So we're 5 inches on the center right here. So I'm probably going to come back from that cross member. I'll probably come back about two probably. We'll probably do 2 inches. And then, let's see, I don't know. That would leave me 3 inches to center. Let's do 2.5. We'll come down 2.5 and then we'll go 5. We'll space it 5. And I think that'll work perfectly. So once I get these in there, we're going to come back 2.5 from this face with that cross member, and then 5 from that one to this one. And around where the nut is, we'll throw in a couple shorter pieces going this way between such. But we need to get all that welded in there before we drop our plate in. We will have to go underneath and weld the cross members to the plate. Once we get the plate in place, we'll go through there and do some stitch welding to the bottom to attach it to its cross members. But we should be fine. Let me get all these set up and some lines drawn where I want to keep everything, and I will bring you back shortly. Good morning, YouTube. I got the bed finished up. I didn't get a lot of that on video because I had to get it done so the customer can come pick it up. But here is the final product. Now, remind you, he's going to put the floor in the bed, do the wiring, paint the thing, all that stuff. So, but my part's done, and here is the finished product. The bed's 9'2" long, 8 foot wide. Outside of rubber rail, it's actually 100.5 inches. So here is the bed completed. Tail light panel, license plate and all that stuff. Headache rack, louvered headache rack. Something simple. We did add a gooseneck hitch. That was a afterthought, but it's on there. So yeah, the bed is completed, and I thank you for following along. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, share this with your friends. We're gonna have a lot more stuff going on, and now I gotta get the shop cleaned back up from this project, and we're gonna bring home my 47 Power Wagon frame, and we're gonna start the repairs on that so we can get it painted and get that thing back into a roller again. We got axles to rebuild and everything else, so we can get that all put back together. So yeah, thanks for following along, really do appreciate it. Please smash that like button. It don't cost you a dime, but it really helps out the channel. And please keep watching. Catch you guys on the next one.